Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you. Delivered at the perfect time, in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe, through the language of synchronicity. This is a creative or general reading. Please take what works for you and leave the rest. And also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that may give you more clarity about what's happening now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and that is, okay, we have the Five of Cups. So we're talking about crying over spilt milk. But in this case, it's spilt wine. There's 2 cups of wine, and then there's a cup of something else here. And there's 2 cups standing behind. But this person is very focused on the loss of the wine in the ground. And so this also, this can sometimes represent that there was 3 people in a party, or in what was supposed to be a couple, that kind of energy. The best thing that this person can do is, instead of just, staring at the ground, is turn around and notice that there's 2 cups standing here, and pick those cups up, walk down the path, cross the bridge over troubled waters, and head for his castle. This is and when you look at his castle, you see that it also is only half standing and half empty. So this card is a lot about regret and having an attitude of whether or not the glass is half full or half empty. If you have gratitude for what you have, it sends a message to the universe that you're ready to, to receive again, that kind of energy. And so let's see, what is this remorse, this regret over? It does look like it's something to do with love. Now, sometimes the cups can represent the love of, like they quite often represent romantic love, but they can also be a love for someone else, anyone else. And it can also be something that you love to do or you love to be. This is talking about the 3 levels of making money. And so you might be, this might be regarding a business that didn't work out, some kind of energy around that. We have the 3 levels of making money. The pentacles do represent health, wealth, happiness. Money is a part of that. But this particular pentacle card does talk about having a strong financial foundation and the 3 levels of making money. So this is safe money, saying that, you don't want to risk very much with it. This is about going after your heart's desires, and this is your crown and glory. So the energy in the background is he has his back to the city because he realizes that he needs to probably change location or expand his horizons to be able to move from, take a risk, that kind of energy. And perhaps has done everything he can in this city and now wants to expand his business or even start something new in a new location. This card quite often is saying don't sell yourself short, don't play it small all the time. Like there's sometimes when opportunities come up, we're going to have to take calculated risks to be able to improve our situation. And then we have the energy of the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is talking about having a lot of abundance here. The tarot has the most you can have is 10 cups. So this is saying 9. So this is talking about having, like, you love your partner, you love your home, you love your children, you love your family, you love your career, you love the place you live, you love your hobbies, like that kind of energy. So really feeling very fulfilled, and you're highly favored. So this is saying that you can have, like you're very close to having all of these cups. And, that's almost like 10 cups would be ultimate fulfillment. And so this person is, it seems like they're possibly that you could be a public image of some sort. So that like someone that's in the public eye, because they're on a stage here. And we can't really tell, are these cups in the past because they're behind? Are they over the head right now in the present, or are they slightly forward? So, past, present, future energy. This card is saying that you are highly favored, and this is something you wish for. Having said that, it's saying you have to make sure you stay in the race. Like, many race is lost in the last lap. If you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it yet. So you have to stay in the game and, keep your focus on the prize, right? Getting these cups in order here. And his body language is, his feet are pointed out, and that often represents leaking energy. And so getting tired or, losing focus. And then his upper body is much more contained. And actually his arms are kind of like in the form of a genie. It's almost like an infinity symbol. And so this is talking about stay in the game, stay focused, and it's focus on where you want to go, not on the what went wrong kind of energy. We have the hangman here. So the hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge, and he is hanging there because he wants to gain some perspective on a situation. So probably on this situation and about how to move forward here. This energy is talking, like the hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge upside down so that he can look at things from all different angles. And once he feels like, oh, okay, I've studied it, I understand where I went wrong or what I need to change, and I feel more balanced, that's when the hangman moves forward and takes action. Okay, and then we have the fool is now on a new cycle. So this is saying, after having looked at what happened here and maybe having made a move, that now you're really highly placed to be able to receive this energy here. And it's because you went inward and you balanced everything out. You took a look at what could I have done differently, doubling up on what works for you, and then recognizing what you need to let go of. So the Fool starts out on his journey at the 0 point in the major arcana until he gets to the World card 21 cards later, which is when he would start another cycle. Some people could just do one cycle in one lifetime, or some people could do many. It just depends on, your energy, basically, and what happens in your life. Now, this is talking about the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords energy is, this card can mean many things, but one of the major ways that most people read this card is that it is, being willing to do anything to win kind of energy. It's like cutthroat energy, basically. And so this could come from you or from others, and this could represent two battles that you've been already, and you're like, hey, if I have to, I'll fight for what I need to get what I want here. Sometimes this can also represent one person becoming a better version of themselves every time that they face challenges. Possibilities are often disguised as challenges. And so this is talking about, the subconscious mind, which is formed by the time we're about 6 or 7 years of age. And the thing about the subconscious mind is it's heavily imprinted on us because it's from when we're a baby till that age. And yet we don't remember very much of that. Most people don't remember being a baby, but they might remember, have some memories before the age of 5 or 6. But after that, it's kind of a blur, or before that, it's kind of a blur. And so the subconscious mind is actually the thoughts of the people that were in charge of our care. And they'd say, hey, you were a real happy baby, or you cried a lot, or you loved this and you didn't like that kind of energy. And but the subconscious mind, when we're upset and we're in this kind of energy, is the one that we kind of count on because it's so heavily imprinted in us. It can also imprint us with feelings about money that are not helpful. Like, you have to work hard for money, and money doesn't grow on trees, and, you have to play it safe, and you have to struggle to be successful, and all of that kind of energy. So it's about getting control of your subconscious mind. The unconscious mind, a lot of people will say, I'm a human being with a soul, but in actual fact, you are a soul that is traveling in a human body as your vehicle to navigate through the, life on planet Earth. And then and if your soul has needs that aren't met, it will start causing issues in your everyday life. We also have a conscious mind, which is talking about what you have a handle on. So it's what you know and what you remember, and it's your true thoughts kind of energy. So this is talking about when we have control of our subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind, and we're aware of what's going on, and bringing those all together so they're congruent with each other, and plug that into what we want in our heart, our true authentic desires. That's when we truly get on the path of life, and we're able to have this freedom to accept this. And freedom comes from discipline of your mind, basically. We have the Three of Cups energy. So the Three of Cups is talking about this energy here. And, you know, as you can see, cups are about, this is sort of clarifying. Cups are, in this instance, I feel cups are about romantic love. We have 2 cups with wine and a cup with third liquid in it. Now, these people are celebrating and they're toasting, but no one's looking at each other, so they're not toasting each other. They're toasting something that had happened. And it seems to be after a battle. And you notice there's 3, and then there's the 3, you know, the 3 minds here that I was talking about. And so this energy is a celebration, but they're not celebrating each other, and they're not, they're celebrating something that happened. That kind of energy. This card can also represent, you know, when you think about romantic relationships, you think about 2 people being in it, not 3. And so this could represent the third person here. And also, this energy can talk a lot about gossip and slander and that kind of energy, like people talking about what happened here. And also, if in many cultures, particularly in Europe, if they have a superstition that if you toast someone and you look them in the eye, or you don't look them in the eye when you're toasting them, it causes 7 years of bad luck in your love life. So it kind of defeats the purpose here. And I find that this card almost always comes up around this card, you know, that there's some sort of energy here of other people gossiping and knowing your business, and maybe you didn't, and there was some sort of situation. Now, this could be about someone you love, most likely in this reading, but it also could be something to do with money and business, you know, that kind of energy. You know, a business that you love, or, you know, that kind of energy. And then we have the Ace of Swords coming out. So this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. This energy is talking about the truth coming out about this situation, so that now you know what everybody else knows. That kind of energy. And maybe that's the regret here. But I feel this energy happened, and now you're on a different journey here after having had this happen. And we have using your intuition with the cycles of the moon. So the cycles of the moon, the 2 main cycles are the full moon and the new moon. And the full moon is the energy when it's time to release and let go of what no longer serves you. And so in many ways, clearly there's some regret here. Now that could represent someone that cheated on you, and now you ended the relationship because it wasn't in your authentic desires to have that. And people are gossiping about it, or it could be, you know, it could be many scenarios with this energy. We have the new moon energy is when, okay, I'm going to let go of what happened here. I'm going to walk down that path, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to I want to discipline my mind, so I'm not focusing on what I don't want anymore. I want to be on a new journey and focus on what I do want. And that's all about the new moon energy. And then we have this here. And I feel this is confirming this scenario. It's interesting. I'm doing these random readings right now, and it's before Valentine's Day in 2026 here. And this energy is talking a lot about different love situations that's just coming out. It's just funny how that is. This is talking about, you know, this card can represent the 8 of Cups is you put a lot of energy into something. So it can be You know, you've had a love relationship and been with someone for 8 years, and walking away, it wasn't just a short relationship or something that didn't really matter to you. And so but you'll notice here, there's 5 cups lined up really nice and neat, and then there's 3 here, and there's a hole in the middle there, and it's kind of like the energy is these 3 cups and these 3 cups, and then there's 2 missing. Do you see that? So it's really talking about, again, the full moon and the new moon. Again, see how it's coming out? So it's saying you really need to, I feel like your intuition was telling you, hey, there's something's up, and you didn't want to listen to it. So it's kind of talking about willful ignorance. So this is walking away so that you can go after what you really want here. And, you know, if you had these 2 cups and you added it to this, you would have had 10 cups. And then you would have your wish come true, basically. But this is saying you can do it now in a different way. Walk away from this energy, take what you learned from it. And, you know, you could be here standing in remorse for the rest of your life, or you could get on with it. And yeah, people like to gossip and talk about, you know, shift other people go through because their lives are less exciting. And okay, and then this is saying, yes, the Queen of Cups is at the top. I really feel that what this is saying here is you've always wished for having a really strong relationship, a love relationship or whatever that you could have with someone. And maybe it hasn't worked out. And this is, you know, really feeling really in a lot of regret. And it could be because of action. It's, you know, every relationship is a two-way street. But this is definitely talking, there was some sort of infidelity involved here. But what it's saying is that at the top of the pyramid here, we have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is representing love. She's unconditional love. And talking about, she actually has a lid on her cup. And look, it looks like a trophy, because she has enough love for everyone. And she's known for being like really steady and being in that energy. And it's saying, you know, as the Fool, you could go on a new journey. And now that you have the truth, and it has been challenging to digest, but you've made that choice now that you deserve better. And you're moving on, and you're not going to shut yourself down and give up. You're going to go after this unconditional love that you want to have with a partner. So that's really cool. And this is talking about, you know, like, again, this is talking about the 3 levels of making money. So it also could have had to do with, you know, you could have been married and then divorced, and now you've had to kind of divide assets and that kind of energy. So we're talking about leaving the city, basically, because it's not suitable for your needs. It's not the lifestyle you want to live anymore. Some sort of truth came out. Your intuition was yelling at you, like there's something up here, but you didn't really want to hear it. Maybe you had unconditional love for this person, but you have to walk away from them now. And you're standing on your convictions here. You've learned a lot from it. And you understand now that, you know, if your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind are plugged into your heart, and you use your intuition as well as your logic, that you're more likely to be able to get what you want. And it's also talking about some sort of embarrassment here, because people are talking about it. And maybe you feel like people are saying how could you not have known, and you know, saying, you know, like, oh my goodness, like, how is this person so naive, that kind of energy. And it's because you had unconditional love for this person and you didn't want to see it, you know. And so sometimes it takes time to come to that, but you're on a different journey now. You realize that you can let go of this regret, learn from it, and move forward. I'm going to clarify this for you also. So this is talking about learning lessons in love, you know, and congratulations for moving forward, because it feels like you had a lot of love for this person. And I feel like it was for 5 years, maybe it was really a really good relationship until, you know, something happened there, that kind of energy. All right, so if you're enjoying this, please give it a like and comment. It really does empower me to build my channel, and I appreciate it. I'm clarifying with my Oracle Tales from the Vector, and that's TAILS. And this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I began it in 2007, and I'm an artist. I completed the paintings in 2020. I did it over the years and that. I've had the cards out before. I used to teach seminars, and I've had them at psychic fairs and played with them and had a lot of fun with people with them. But I didn't have the whole deck at that time. I hadn't completed all the paintings. They're really big paintings, some of them, 3 feet by 4 feet, dragons flying through the sky. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, so there's a lot of interesting information in this oracle. And I'm going in the description box below. I'll put the cards as they show up here. They have numbers on them. Those represent the numbers of the paintings in my gallery on my website, and that website is talesfromthevector.com, and that's TAILS. So if you're interested, you can check it out. I feel like I'm getting closer to being ready to bring it out, but I'm learning so much from, it's one thing to have the information on paper, and then it's another thing to put it into action, which is also very true of relationships, right? A relationship can look perfect on paper, and then when you actually play it out, it's not as easy as it looked like it would be. So we have the energy here. For the underlying energy, we want to clarify that first. And we have a transition. Yes, the death card is representing a transition. So this is talking about it's time for a new cycle to begin. And look at that. Here we have, this energy here that, this energy talking about wanting to leave where you're at because it's not feeling happy or what you want anymore, and you had a lot of hope for it. That's the kind of energy. So the energy clarifying that is the wheel of fortune is turning now, and this is saying that it's time for new, and you are highly favored to get what you wish for. It doesn't have to be with that person. It can be with someone else. You need to heal from it, and you need to understand the energy so that, and that's where the hangman comes in. And this is talking about justice. So in this case, I feel like the justice is having a good life. There's a saying, the best revenge is living well. And not that you want revenge maybe on this person, I'm not saying that, but that you understand that you deserve better and you want to move forward. And you can do that with someone else. And especially if you've gone inward and the hangman hangs there until, okay, now I know I'm not going to do that again. I know where it went wrong, and I'm going to do better in the future. Listen to my insight, my third eye. That's the energy here. Instead of ignoring it, basically, because I feel like you recognize now, like you can see, it's funny, isn't it, how we can see the red flags after the fact, and everybody else around us could see them and didn't tell us, or if they did, we didn't want to hear it because we had this unconditional love. And so this isn't something to be ashamed of, having unconditional love for another human being. It's actually a beautiful thing. And then we have the harmony. So but this is saying you're wanting harmony. And maybe it never was like a harmonious relationship. It always had kind of that the swords are double-edged swords. So it's on one side, it can be like really pretty, and on the other side, you know how deadly a sword can be, and also words. And so the throat chakra energy is the saying for this dragon is, she's so cute too. Her name is Harmony. And she says, sing to your heart's content. So that's the energy, being in a feeling of where you're safe with your partner and you're not always wondering what they're up to. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Shooting star energy. So this is talking about having a really good attitude. And I feel like you do have a really good attitude. And, what do? You wish upon a shooting star, but then you also have to put the energy in it to be able to get what you want. I feel like you're, all for it now. At the very, very top, we have this is funny, we have the Queen of Cups. And that's saying that, unconditional love is coming in for you. And it's just a matter of you staying in the game, stay focused. And now that you really understand, maybe you were a bit younger and now you're moving in, this is your next cycle of love. and you're way more informed and have a better idea of what a committed relationship, what kind of energy you need to pour into it to have it work. And then we have the hangman at the top again here. So that's saying again, congratulations for having, recognizing the best thing you could do is go inward and say, what can I do? You can't control what other people do, but you most certainly can control how you react to it, or whether you're going to respond to it, or are you going to react. And you want to be able to respond in a strong way to get what you've always wanted, what you wish for, and you deserve this unconditional love. And, congratulations for balancing that out, and all the best towards that goal for you. I have confidence in you. So if you're enjoying this reading, please give it a like and a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel if you resonate with the energy. I'll be back with another random reading at some random time. Bye for now. Are you